Alright everyone, hello, welcome back to more Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, where last time we were helping the miller, and by doing so we are now helping the gravekeeper, gravedigger. He does a few things. He wears a lot of hats. Last time I had a little bit of trouble putting a dead pig in a cart. Hopefully I won't this time. Alright. Now, first things first, figure out what's going on with the dead pigs, which we found out last time, but we gotta find out again. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Put the sword back up. We don't need it yet. Boop. Player skills. We have 3 perk points. Vitality. I forget what I chose last time. We'll do Revenant. That way we can get our health back up quicker. Then drinking. Oh, there was the beer foot, right? Yeah, if I'm drunk. Stealthier. And then... I'll do Ordinary Man. Boom. I don't think that's what I chose last time, but I like that now more.
Those pigs came here to drink. Where to now? I can smell something upstream.
Hey, Mutt.
What have you found, boy? You're my doggy, eh?
You get washed up, Mutt. You're dirty. You're dirty. Yep, that'd do it. Go ahead and get the first pig. Then when we take it up there, we'll let him know about what we found at the water.
Yeah. And another.
Our strength will at least go up as we're doing this. See? We nearly max strength. Now, I'm gonna make sure the interact icon is showing up on there before dropping it, because I don't want to clip it through the cart and be unable to pick it up. So, yeah, same. Put it down. There we go.
It really wasn't a curse. There are rotting carcasses in the water upstream from the watering spot. No wonder the pigs caught some disease.
Well, what do you know? I was right. I'll give you a hand. It'd take you all night on your own.
Instead, it just takes us an hour. It's fine.
Good day.
Excuse me.
Good day, excuse me. Come on, let's must keep raising our strength more and more.
Ugh, Jesus. This is disgusting.
Yeah, it is. Blech. Our water trough I can clean up at after I'm done with this. Looks like it.
Where are we going to find 2 new pigs? More money out the window.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you're pigly. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
Pigs are heavy. Get over here so we can carry on.
I'm here.
I took care of the carcasses. We can drive on.
Nice work. There's even a bit of meat left for me.
Yeah. You'd eat that. They've been lying there God knows how long.
But nicely in the cold. There's nothing wrong with it. Anyway, you won't be eating it, so don't worry about it. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Seeing as how you don't obey me, you're surely horsing around today.
Horsing around. Get it? I was gonna say, sir, are you coming?
So far it ain't that bad, eh? You don't have
No.
to take down no hanged man or bury an unbaptized child.
Oh, ever since I started working for the miller, all I did was carry sacks. The sack makers here in the region must live like kings. Of course, it could be a lot worse.
I like having to carry sacks full of thistles. Now listen to me closely. You won't be carrying anything at the next farmstead. Instead, you'll have to make one carcass there. See, the work of a knacker ain't just about clearing away dead animals. Now and then, you've got to put down some creature, so it don't suffer. Or, like today, to put it down so everyone around it don't have to suffer. In this case, we're talking about a dog.
Well, what can I do? But I doubt I'll feel good about it.
That cur belongs to the greengrocer, Vizar. I've heard they're both pretty fierce. Don't draw too much attention to yourself at the farmstead. I'll give you some Aesop potion to drink first, and some meat and bane. Soak the meat with the poison and throw it to the dog. He'll probably be locked in a pen somewhere. As soon as it's done, we'll disappear before anyone notices anything. I got paid well for it from the neighbors, so don't fuck it up for me.
Oh, now I feel really bad. Man.
Lazy bones.
But just in case, save the game. Okay, the weak Aesop.
Oh, Sakra. The dog isn't here. The door's open. Where did he run off to? Barking. He's coming from over there.
Where'd you come from?
Hello, Miss Bonnie.
Bonnie? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Now, first, tell me what you're doing here. And how come you're with that beast?
He's no beast. I came here to save him.
You mean steal him?
For him, it'll be a redemption from that wholesome master of his. I'll take care of him, in place of my poor dead sniffer.
Bonnie... The gravedigger sent me to kill the dog. He's been paid to do it by the people whose livestock that beast killed. It's the last thing I need to do before he shows me the pit.
It's not the animal's fault. When Zenek and I were here last, I saw how old Vysarik treats him. He doesn't give him food, he abuses him. With a master like that, he won't last long. You wouldn't kill a dumb creature just because its master is a sick horseman, would you?
No.
Well, you don't have to convince me. Ever since the gravedigger told me to do it, I've been trying to figure out how to save that dog. If you want to take him, I won't stop you.
You're a much better Christian than I thought you were. I'll take him to the lair. We'll meet there.
Hurry off now, before someone sees us together.
Come on now, boy. You'll like it in the lair.
I am 100% fine with this. Oh, we're really close to the fast travel to Kurtenberg. Huh. Okay, cool. We're just gonna take the road. We haven't been anywhere we shouldn't be.
I'm too far from Ignatius. I should get back, so he doesn't leave without me. It's taken care of.
Taken care of? What do you mean?
The dog is dead. So, can we go to the pit now?
Dead, eh? And what are you so nervous about?
Well, it wasn't pleasant to watch. I did it exactly how you told me. I poisoned him.
Oh, aye. And how did it go exactly?
Well, I dipped the meat in poison. He ate it, and peacefully departed to doggy heaven.
So, it all went how it should. I use a real strong mixture so the creatures don't suffer too much. He's done for, the beast. Finally. Let's go before we start looking suspicious.
So this is it. This is the pit.
Slowly, boy. Slowly. Have a bit of respect. Death always deserves respect, whether it's people or animals.
But there's hardly 3 heaps here. Is this really it? Are you yanking my pizzle again?
Of course not. True, it used to be one big pit. But then I found out when you pile up carcasses in smaller pits and throw some wet hay between them, it all rots better. And the better it rots, the more nitra you'll have. Are you going to take some right away?
I won't. The miller will probably send some people here.
Well, they'd better not dig it all up. That'd disturb the natural balance, see? And soon they'll find out there's no place to find saltpeter.
Well, I reckon I'm delaying the inevitable. I'll still have to taste it.
You're going to taste it?
It's the only way I can be certain it really is saltpeter.
God's nails. And they say I'm disgusting. Wait a moment. I've got a reward for you. Just so's you don't think old Ignatius and his even older nags is ungrateful riffraff. Take it as a thanks for your help. Maybe you'll take over my trade one day when I'm pushing up daisies myself.
Who knows? Maybe that'll really be my fate. I'll live at the cemetery, build piles of carcasses, and eat bread with saltpeter.
Here's something that'll definitely come in handy if you ever need to go through all this again. Either with me or somewhere else.
Thanks.
Taste it then. Get to it.
Knacker's gloves. Gift from Ignatius the Knacker. Gloves made of fine deer skin are flexible and retain feeling in the fingers, make them perfect for grave digging, or perhaps even thieving. Yeah.
You didn't have to make such a feast of it.
Look at me. I'm a Lord's messenger to a taster of cadavers. Cold and salty. This must be it.
I can go myself. In fact, I'm going there anyway, not even to the cemetery. Sure, let's take a look.
I heard they're going to cut down the old oak at the crossroads.
Oh no. Why?
Greetings. What's going on here?
What the fuck do you think is going on?
Let's do business.
You're on. No bullshitting. That's how I like it. I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
Same. Fairly well.
God bless.
You're an
You
educated
seem
man.
like a reasonably educated man, Crazel.
Where are you going with this?
Well, I reckon you know some interesting and useful things. If you share them with me, it'll make it easier to endure all that bullshit you spew.
I'm glad you know what you're getting yourself into. Are you interested in the theory of light, kinetics, or vacuums?
That's a bit too fast for me. What I need is the basics.
I have no time for the basics.
Gladly pay you.
I'll be happy to give you some groschen for your troubles.
All right, but don't forget, this will take some time. Throw in a few coins and I'll teach you whatever you want.
Okay. Interesting.
I found the place where we can harvest saltpeter. You just head out of Troskovitz towards Apollonia, carry on alongside the road, then head off it at the right spot. Only it's not a pit, it's 3 piles of earth. The gravedigger Ignatius drove me there himself.
And is it the real stuff? Did you taste it?
Yeah. And I hope I never have to do that again. Ugh. I think the experience has changed me forever.
Oh, come on. You whine more than Zinnik. It's just commonplace salt. I was hoping it'd be closer. To go all the way to Apollonia. If I send 2 wagons, that should be enough.
What should I do?
That means I could mix a barrel and a half.
Crazul, focus. What else do you need from me?
Oh, sorry. What were you asking? About a reward? It's right here.
No, mainly what else do you
Thanks.
need me to do?
How's it going with the golem?
Well, the whole thing is really appealing to a scholar of my field of interest and important for humanity.
Oh, nice.
But certain circumstances have emerged which, unfortunately, move its creation somewhere further into the future.
Wait, what do you mean? So there won't be any golem?
Not for now.
What about all the niter? The life essence?
I admitted to myself it's maybe too much to take on, and I decided to go back to my roots.
So the search for saltpeter was for nothing?
Not at all. The saltpeter will help us create primordial matter. The origin. Chaos. Materia prima.
God. Here we go again.
As alchemical scholars, we actually have only one task before us. To penetrate the diaphanum and find out where it gets its disposition and power from. Only then will we understand the nature of the shadows.
Eh?
I'll explain it to you.
Tell me then.
Tell me.
So what's the next task, Crazel?
There's a quiet whisper coming from the open gates of Trotsky, carried by the wind all the way here to me. Do you hear it too?
I don't hear anything.
No. I reckon my ears aren't that good.
Scribe Erzim received a chest from Prague, and in that chest...
Hermes Trismegistos' document?
No, a book. And from an author even more venerable than Hermes. It's thin with a sand-colored cover, embossed. Ordinary at first glance. But the treasure's inside. You might say it's a kind of alchemist cookbook.
So you're gonna have me go and pick some locks at the castle, eh?
Did I say anything about stealing? No. When the castle was still closed, I planned to get the book through the castle chamberlain, with the help of a certain woman. But now that you have access to Trotsky yourself, it'll be much simpler.
What about that certain woman? What was your plan?
That's old news. The central figure is now the Trotsky scribe, Erazim. He's a great lover of knowledge. I'm sure he'd be happy to indulge another kindred soul and lend him the book, indefinitely and voluntarily.
Let's hope so. I'll pray I'll be able to convince him, and that I won't have to ride around Trotsky picking up carcasses again. Or worse.
Just do your best. The book is the last piece of the puzzle. The very last. But looking back at your two previous tasks, I have no doubt you'll be able to handle the third just as well. Go and see Erazim and ask him about the book. Then you'll see how difficult it will be to get your hands on it. Best of luck, Henry.
I reckon I'll need it.
Fun.
Here you go. Take it.
Good day.
Okay, I need to go B.
God bless. G'day. G'day.
Greetings.
Greetings.
I'd like to learn something.
What is this about?
I'd like to hear some news from the world.
All right then, but it'll take a while.
Tell me more about...
What exactly?
I heard some interesting books from Prague have arrived at the castle. There's one I'd like to borrow. An alchemist's cookbook? A sand-coloured cover, embossed?
Yes, several rare and astonishing books have arrived from Prague. But why are you interested in an alchemist's cookbook, of all things?
I've heard there are some interesting ideas in it. Every alchemist is in dogged pursuit of wisdom, especially those from Prague.
Perhaps you know more about that book than I do. Well, I'll have to disappoint you. Lord Nickvard Libak helped me sort the new books at the time, and the one you're looking for caught his attention. He left with it before I could even discover what it's about. All I remember is the author's initials, B.B. I'm fairly benevolent when it comes to lending books, and I appreciate Nickvard's help, but he's had it borrowed for an excessive amount of time now. I'd like to ask him to return it, but he's been avoiding me.
I'll have a talk with Nickvard and find out what the problem is.
You think I haven't tried? But since you've already offered to address this pressing situation, listen to what I've learned. It seems Nickvard lost the book. I've warned him repeatedly not to carry borrowed books around with him, but to leave them in his chamber and read them there. But Nickvard is old and stubborn, and this is how things turn out.
The price of such a book must be incalculable. People like Nickvard are too dumb to understand.
But I digress. As I said, Nickvard is intentionally avoiding me. But I've made headway. I've managed to find 3 people who've spoken to him recently. Bertha the cook, Regina the maid, and Hirsch the hand.
I reckon those aren't the only 3 people that know him.
I'm surprised that he's ever spoken to anyone but myself. Nickvard is a loner. Which is also why I suspect something bad has happened. Now that he's decided to leave his shell, that is. But I'm afraid that's all I've managed to find out. Since Lord von Berkhove's arrival, I've been preoccupied with other matters.
I thought you had the book on you. But since you don't, I'm not going to go around looking for it.
That's a pity. I'll just have to hope Nickvard's conscience will catch up with him and he'll come by himself. Continue investigating. I might have time for that once the papal schism is over.
Awesome reputation. Meh. That's fine. Bertha the cook and someone else. Well, 2 other people. Eh.
Greetings.
Bertha, instead of devils, I need your help now with Nickvard. The scribe told me you might know something about him.
Well, I'm waiting for Lord Libak to stop by. I brewed him another phial of medicine, but I don't even know if the last one helped. I told him to stop by for another one soon. I reckon he must be feeling better.
Nickvard needed medicine? For what?
I can't say. I promised Lord Libak his secret is safe with me, as well as his phial of medicine.
Oh, come now. Nickvard misplaced an important book somewhere. A sort of alchemist cookbook. I need to find it.
I remember the recipes by heart. And Lord Libak's secret is certainly worth more than any book.
Well, if a nobleman's secret is worth so much, how about this? That'll buy you more than 1 book.
I suppose Lord Libak wouldn't mind. And do you have the exact amount?
Of course.
So many groschen. I promise I'll split it with Lord Libak when I see him, and I'll explain everything.
But now tell me, what's the medicine for?
Well, it's a common potion for a bellyache. Just better tasting. It helps your meals go down easier and come out slower the other end. In that regard, Lord Libak had, well, how to say it? Everything came out much too quickly.
Nick Vard didn't have time to run down the stairs, eh?
It was in the privy down below the crone, by the training ground below the guardhouse. I helped him clean his hose and made him the medicine, and I promised that I wouldn't say anything. Lord Libac is quite particular about the impression he makes on the young maids, you know. He didn't want this little episode to put them off. That's why he didn't use the privy near the maids' quarters, though it's closer to his chamber, but to the arena instead, and only when there weren't any soldiers around. But this time, it caught up with him.
Is that all?
What else is there to say? That the entire time he looked as if he'd done the worst thing in the world. It happens to the best of us, and I told him as much then. I'm just surprised he never came back for another file. I must say, he did look as if the fate of the entire castle was suddenly on his shoulders.
I don't know if this is going to do me any good.
Well, you
I think
could
it
have
does.
found a worse clue.
Thanks anyway.
Actually, I think that does help. My only thing is which side is which again. I keep forgetting which is the maid and which is the crone side. But I do think that helps. I think he had it on. He has it on him a lot. They said.
Ave Maria.
So it must be one of the toilets. He either had it with him, or he dropped it down the poop chute. I need more training. Excellent. I like that, and I like that. I want more fundamental medicine. No. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. I'm going to attempt something. I do have plenty of savior schnapps for what I'm about to do. healer's kit? I do. Okay, so I do want to try this. I'll use the Savior Schnapp so I can reload if this goes badly, which it might. It very well might go badly. Because if it's not here, it might have fell off. Can I go down? Okay, maybe not. Alright. So it might be in the other tower, which is fine.
always glad to see you, my people. God be with you.
Greetings. What would you...
I'd like to learn.
There's no time.
Yeah, try to go around the castle. Because I think the book's gonna be down through here somewhere.
You must be Nick Vard, eh? Poor wretch.
Oh, that's Nick Vard. Oh.
How many more times am I gonna have to poke around in corpses and shit for that damn cradle?
Well, I was right. Gosh darn it. Let's go to Takov. We have a couple books we can read, as well as rest. Wonderful. Okay. Songs of the Scoundrels' Pupils. Good poems about women, love, and wine by pupils of scoundrels. Hmm. Oh. So yeah. Gunpowder. Like the cat lurking behind the door, you'll also be invisible to human eyes if you stop in mid-motion and just look innocent. Let's eat some food. Drink some wine. Man, I love the music of this game. It's so good. And I'm gonna sell stuff. Oh.
Have you lost something?
Quite the opposite, my friend. Treasure.
Treasure?
I don't know yet, but at least...
Maybe I could look at...
Well, but you'll give it...
Of course.
Yeah.
So, what's it gonna be? So, what's...
I hate to be the bearer.
What?
This is no...
What?
Well, I thought it was odd. And the line...
Fuck. You might as well keep...
But yeah, stuff to sell at the Nomad Camp.
Good afternoon.
Show me your way.
Masa umatan tov. Shinen dank.
What do you have for...
Eppes. Kinder und Geld ist a schöne Welt.
Careful.
God bless.
Trade.
What do you have for sale? Show me your...
I've travelled half the region on account of your saltpeter. So I think it's time you told me something about yourself.
I think by now you know who I am, and what my place in the world is. This is where I stand, and over there is my mill. I'm just an ordinary miller, with an extraordinary interest in the way the world runs.
Well, at least tell me why you've settled in Lower Semine, of all places.
Isn't it obvious? It's the arse end of the world. It's peaceful here. At least it was until you came around and started asking questions.
What's new around here?
Nothing much, lad. At least I haven't heard about anything.
How about some more advice on sneaking around in Troskowitz?
Advice? For you? You're as nimble as a cat. I can hardly hear you when you move. What else can I teach you? Seems you know everything already.
You flatter me. But still, I'd like to learn something new from you. A weapon in hand won't do me much good, but I feel more confident with it.
Seems like everyone does nowadays. But if you're not looking to draw attention, a dagger in your belt will do just fine. All you need in your hand is a lockpick and a bag for valuables. Well, it's best to keep your hands free. If you get caught where you're not supposed to, neither a dagger nor a lockpick in hand will look too good.
That's all. I have the book for you.
Well, I must admit, I haven't had an apprentice this handy in a long time.
Heck yeah.
Zinnik has nothing on you.
I had a peek inside. The pictures are nice, but what do you want to learn from them?
You'll find out soon enough. Show me that miraculous thing. This really is something. But why is it all covered in shit, for fuck's sake?
Let's just say the scribe didn't have it. It actually wasn't even in the castle. Under it, really.
Oh, refining saltpeter. Boil wine and alum. Grind. Ah, of course, it makes sense. I'll study the rest on the way. Well, the last chapter of our story of knowledge awaits us. The grand finale.
So what now? Do you have another job for me?
Charcoal. Sulfur from Hermes Trismegistos. Saltpeter from the carcass pit. As long as Black Bertolt didn't make any mistakes in his calculations, we have everything.
What Bertolt? Oh, God damn it, Kraser. What's going on here? I'm tired of flying back and forth like a rag on a stick. I won't be led around by the nose. Will you finally tell me what's going on?
Believe it or not, all this secrecy had its reasons. But now I don't have to hide anything from you. It's time. We'll meet with the others in the lair, and there you'll learn the whole truth. You go ahead. I'm going to get a few things ready here.
All right, then. I hope you keep your word this time.
Excuse me.
Oh, Monarch. What you doing sitting there, buddy?
happen now?
Our last supper, with only one but very filling course, awaits us.
Crazel, please. For once, just once, tell me what's actually going on.
And rob myself of enjoying your blissful ignorance? Not a chance. Tell me yourself, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, hopefully I'll finally find out what the point of all this was.
Or not. Until you try another dose of niter.
I wouldn't do that to him. Not today. Bonnie will start today. At least I'll finally see if she understood my teachings. Bonnie?
First of all, I'd like to thank you on behalf of the whole gang for all the work you've done. We could never have finished the job without you. We found 2 new partners, you and Monarch here. It's good to have someone to rely on. So, it's time we started being honest with you, so you can finally learn the whole truth.
Not yet. Let's pull up that uppity bastard's leg a bit longer. That's the fun part.
I already have an idea of what you're doing here. Those lead balls, the alchemical talk, sulfur, saltpeter. I've seen what those devilish inventions can do. I've had the finger of God aimed at me once, and I barely made it out alive.
The finger of God. Damn it, Henry. That's von Berghoff's Prague wonder. Why didn't you tell me about it?
And when have you ever told me straight up about anything? All you do is lead me by the nose.
If I'd known you were that experienced, I'd have spoken to you differently.
You can start now, then. And I want to hear it from you, not Bonnie.
Let's start at the beginning. My father was a miller as well, but I was never much interested in the trade. Even as a young boy, I loved running around Lower Samine and investigating everything living and dead. And I had a lot of questions about everything. Then my mother, God rest her soul, decided it'd be best for me to go to study in Prague. As soon as I grew up and gained a bit of sense, I packed my bags and left.
You must have had a real good mother for her to support you like that.
I'd say she didn't have much of a choice. My father was always busy, so she was the one who had to listen to all my questions. I met a lot of remarkable people at the university, and my thirst for knowledge kept growing. But in the end, it only took a year of all that pretentious, scholarly blathering and hypocritical nonsense for me to realize I wouldn't learn anything proper there. Most of the students and masters are just a bunch of dogmatic fools. They have their own truth, and those who want to know more or ask the wrong questions fall into disfavor, as was my case.
You left your studies?
And I'm glad I did. The most important science is not subject to any religious dogma. And, of course, it's not taught at any university.
You mean alchemy?
Exactly. The art of combination and dissolution. The key to understanding the very nature of the world. There's only one queen of science. Alchemy. I returned to the mill in Lower Samine and started a new life.
What did your parents say when you returned from your studies?
My mother had already passed away. All my father said was, "I knew you'd be back." And he sent me to haul sacks of flour. I think in the end he was glad to have someone to take over the mill from him. From then on, alchemy became my true passion. I brought a few important books from Prague. I started with the most difficult thing. I tried to create gold.
That was pretty daring of you.
As you might expect, it didn't work. But after a few tries, I managed to create something entirely different. Once I tried mixing sulfur, charcoal, and saltpeter. I had a candle burning next to me. A gust of wind scattered the mixture, and all of a sudden, bang! I almost shit myself, I tell you. But then I realized I'd unwittingly created a miracle. Explosive black powder.
I knew right away this wasn't about anything supernatural.
Well, we may have underestimated you a bit, but it was nice of you to not snitch on us.
I couldn't continue my experiments on my own, but Bonnie and Zinnik did a few little jobs for me.
So he initiated us.
But we just still didn't know how to do it right and not blow ourselves up in the process.
And we used up a huge amount of saltpeter and sulfur.
By the way, the manuscript from that Hermes Trismegistos was our shopping list and price list for material from Kuttenberg.
Only we didn't know correct proportions. I looked up a few of my former fellow students and brought it up with them. And we found out that before us, some monk had already made the discovery.
Some fella called Black Bertold. And that he even started writing a book called
Feuerwerkbuch.
We couldn't believe our luck when we found out there's a copy of it right here at Trotsky.
And you know the rest.
It's a discovery that will change history. In the right hands, it can make miracles happen. All it takes is a spark, and a storm of fire will sweep away the old world order. It will wipe out stupidity and ignorance, once and for all.
And what will happen now?
As I said, we're about to have our last supper on our journey to satisfy our hunger for knowledge. A feast of smoke and fire.
Oh, are they going to blow up the lair?
His book, because he never had enough ingredients for his last great experiment. But now, thanks to you, we do. We can finally finish Bertold's work and finish his book. We'll see with our own eyes what a barrel of black powder can do. I hope you're as excited as I am.
I've heard enough. Now I want to see that with my own eyes.
Let's do it then. Bonnie, is everything ready?
Indeed it is. We can get started. Long live the beautiful new world.
Here we go. Big bada boom. I'd say maybe get back a little farther. Oh no, the rat.
Looks like it ain't working.
Oh, what about the rat?
I'd say it works just fine.
This will change history.
What? I can't hear a thing. But I'd say it works just fine.
Yeah, I think so too.
I told you there's no need to dip it in resin and wax. Better to use rushes, boiled in wine.
Very well, if you say so. We'll try rushes next time.
I'd also like to take a look at that book, Crazel.
In due time, Bonnie. In due time.
Black powder? I'd never have expected that from Crazel.
Imagine! That monarch of ours is half deaf.
That dog of yours? What does that have to do with the gunpowder magazine?
Just that I was wondering that the explosions didn't bother him at all. At least he won't suffer here. And now I'm not surprised he was so unhappy with that bastard Vasarik. In any case, You impressed Crazel by figuring out what we're doing here.
His beating around the bush was quite suspicious, and he's lucky he didn't run into someone who would turn him in for witchcraft.
Anyway, you did a damn fine job. You deserve a nickname from me, like I promised. We're going to call you Sourdough.
Sourdough?
Well, when you came here, you were kind of unrefined, grey, nothing much. But as you gained experience, you rose and rose until you've risen into a companion we need not be ashamed of. Take care then, Sourdough, and come back and visit sometime. Farewell, and take a bath for goodness sake. You look awful.
Thanks, Bonnie. We just got half blown up. That's why Monarch's all the way back here.
So how about that book of yours, Crazel?
Wouldn't you like to know?
All secretive again, are we? I thought we got past that.
Sorry, Henry. Force of habit. My great work is complete. I picked up where Black Bertolt left off and brought his conclusions to a close. I believe that my work will lay the foundations of a new world where knowledge will forever reign over darkness.
Sounds interesting. Could I at least get a peek?
Sorry, Henry, but that won't happen. If anyone heard about the book, the church would be after me, like a dog after a rabbit. I hid the original so well, even you wouldn't be able to find it. Believe me, I made an effort.
You know I'd never tell anyone about it.
And what if you were tortured, huh? No. You can never be too sure. I even made an exact copy, just to be safe. That was even more work than we had with the original.
So maybe you could lend me this copy?
It's no longer here. I paid a messenger to take it to Kuttenberg, to someone I owe a lot to.
Crazel.
In the good hands of a messenger who'll hand it over to Hermes Trismegistus. You're not going to catch that fella. He set off straight for Kuttenberg.
Who's Hermes Trismegistus?
That I will not tell you.
Well, I hope your courier arrived safely and didn't lose such a rarity to a common thief on the way. You really led me on about the gunpowder magazine, didn't you? A golem made of dough, souls inside saltpeter, the secrets of light and shadow. That was all just empty talk, wasn't it?
Not exactly. It's all based on the real philosophy of the Jewish Kabbalah. I studied the writings of Bonaventura and Dietrich von Freiberg, but it was never in my interest to put their theories into practice. But they worked brilliantly as a cover-up, don't you think?
I really thought you'd have a golem made from dough walking around the mill, or that I could become invisible.
Ah, but black powder is no less a miraculous creation.
So for the last time, Crazel, what now?
I'll do what I promised, and what will most likely be my fate. I'm going to gather together all the knowledge I've acquired and finish Black Bertolt's book. I'll finish his opus.
Uh-huh. And what about me?
That's up to you, Henry. You're a free man. Louis Samine has no hold over you, and never did. You know, the inevitability of God's plan takes no interest in people like you and me. We'll always be little people, beneath it all.
That sounds somehow hopeful in a peculiar way, I'd say. Now I'm even happier about the great thing we've accomplished here.
The ideal conclusion, I'd say. Maybe it's time to carry sacks at a different mill. But if you're still interested in learning a bit more, drawing from the well of alchemical knowledge...
I know where to find you.
Indeed.
I'd like to learn...
Well, all right. Throw in a few...
You talk about...
We've been through a lot. Let's start with the importance. Let's get to work.
I'd like to learn.
Well, all right. Or a few
For instance,
I see. Let's get to work.
I'd like to.
Well, all right. Throw in a...
I reckon.
That's a you need to master the... Let's get to work. Take care, friend.
Oh, wait, do I have... Oh, I have new quests. Okay. Cool. The frick? Oh no, am I stuck? It's fine. See? It's fine. No worries.
You silly doggy.
Good day. What would you like?
Well,
Of course.
what about one more?
I don't have anything better to do. Not so fast.
I do.
Say
Okay, so it's just...
Fuck you! You fight like a little girl. I've been Hey? All right, so you won.
Thanks for the fight.
You're gonna shove your thanks up your ass. Here, it's yours.
I'm sorry. Jesus Christ be praised.
So how's it going?
Good.
Anything?
Not really.
Are you still all?
Aye. Do you want to join?
Come on.
All right.
Here's the money.
Good. Aye. Farewell.
Oh, Christ! Shit! Fucking... You'll be shitting out your own teeth when I'm done with you. Christ! Fucking cunt!
Oh, say, Henry, you battered me pretty good. Here's your money. Enjoy it.
I'm sorry. Good evening. What do you need?
I'd like.
What is the...
Show me if you.
All right, then.
Are you still?
Sure.
What about another?
Damn. But don't forget...
Here's the.
That's more...
You really kicked my ass. You all right?
It's not... Here.
I'd like.
What are you... I'll tell...
I'd like to.
What are you in?
I need some.
I'll tell...
I'd like to.
What are you in?
I want to know you.
Fine. But it'll take some time.
do want to discover some of these areas. Let's clean up some of the map a bit, yeah.
Come here, boy. Look what I have for you.
Nope. Bumped him on the head with it. Oh no.
There now. Go. Whoa.
It's a trap! It's a trap! Ah! Ah!
Whoa, whoa. Everything all right, eh? Stand still! Come here! Quick!
No. Trying to outrun the rain. But we failed.
Quick! Whoa! Whoa! Come here. Show you. Quick! I have to go back.
How bees or stone? Up something that I don't really need, I think. There we go. Let's go back to the other area now. Woohoo.
Why would I dob you in?
Look, just drop it, will you? Gossiping about it won't do anyone any good.
You think I'll blurt it out to the first person I meet?
No, I just want to be sure nobody finds out. You never know.
Good doggy. Good boy.
God bless you. I need to get the across of those, but if you got the...
Here you go.
All right, I'll get the... Good. All done. The carriage...
Let's get going.
You ever came master aim up?
Let's try to sell some stuff.
What would you like?
Show me.
I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
I'll have a look.
Thank you, sir. And come again.
I can reforge it. Huh?
Show me.
I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
I'll have a look.
Greetings.
What goes on in...
There are poachers prowling in the woods, a band led by this ginger-headed Mach of Marshowitz. They've been causing trouble for quite some time, but now they've really overdone it.
What happened?
They killed a rare white roebuck that lived in our woods. Killed and skinned it. Sir Peter of Pisek put a bounty on their heads. The bounty's yours if you help me track them down.
I must say, I've never seen a white roebuck before.
It's an exceedingly rare animal. It was beautiful. Its hide was white as snow. Sir Peter forbade hunting it, but I wouldn't have even if I could. Killing an animal like that is bad luck.
Do you know any more about these poachers?
They're led by some fella called Mach of Marshowitz, and they fancy themselves some kind of a brotherhood. From what I've heard, they showed up in the village below the castle a couple of times trying to sell venison. The guards always sent them packing. Our knacker, Wolfram, was the only one who talked to them.
That knacker, Wolfram, do you think he had anything to do with the dead roebuck and the poachers?
Oh, he has a dishonourable profession, true enough, and he sells hides and meat wherever he can. But having the gall to work with poachers, I don't think so. He's on thin enough ice as it is, being a knacker and all. If his lordship found out he had anything to do with it, he'd have him hanged. But he might know something about that band.
All right, huntsman. I'll try to track the poachers down. Maybe they haven't sold the hide yet, and I'll be able to find it.
Excellent. And if you mete out capital punishment on the spot, all the better. Every member of that band carries a squirrel tail on them. Probably a badge of their hunting prowess. Bring them to me as evidence.
Where should I look for these poachers?
Ah, that's the hard part. I'm sure they have a hideout in the woods around here, but you'll have to track them down yourself. If you don't know what to do, you can try to get something out of the knacker.
Thanks for the advice.
Farewell, good sir.
May God give you health.
Greetings, sir.
I heard you might know something about the band of poachers hiding out in the woods. A band led by some Mach of Marshevitz. Ginger-headed.
What? Who told you such a thing?
That's not important. So do you know anything about them, or not?
Well, they've been in the village a couple of times, but that's all I know. You're looking to buy some venison or something?
When was the last time you saw those poachers?
Not long ago. A couple of days, I reckon. One of them was snooping around the village. The night watchman drove him off.
How come you know those poachers?
What are you trying to say? Just because I'm a knacker, don't mean I'm a poacher too, you donkey. I saw them in the village a few times trying to peddle venison. That's all.
Do you know where their hideout is?
Maybe. What's in it for me?
What do you mean, what's in it for you? You should think of your own good. If you help me with my search, it'll be clear you had nothing to do with the poaching. But if you don't, then the Lord of Pisek could put a bounty on your head next.
Curva. I didn't think of that. All right. I'll tell you what I know. I heard they're brothers. And they're led by that Mach fella. But they didn't look like kin to me. They surely ain't no livy livers, though. They're pretty frightening looking. Maybe that's why Dobresh would rather sit his arse in a castle instead of searching for them in the woods.
Do you know where they're hiding?
I ain't sure. But it's definitely somewhere in the valley near the water. In the direction of Rabush. That's where they always came from. And if I was a poacher, that's where I'd be hiding.
All right. That'll help my search.
And if you happen to find some rare hide in their camp, I'll buy it from you.
Rare hide? Like from a white roebuck?
Ha! I knew Dobresh sent you. Aye, that's the one I meant. The fool would just send that to the castle, and I know folks that would pay good money for it. It would be worthwhile for both of us. Think about it, will ya?
Farewell, good sir.
That's funny.
Good. Whoa, whoa.
Huh? Come here! I'll kill you. Show your stuff. I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, sucker. Oh.
You silly mutt. Look what I have for you. Those must be the poachers I'm looking for.
No, my nourishment. Didn't notice it.
That weapon won't help you, bastard! Alert! Alert! You won't get away with that, bastard! Now that's what I call an opener! Shit!
hide. Now to bring it back to the huntsman, or to Wolfram.
Good doggy. Good boy.
I found the white hide.
Oh, thank God for that, at least. And what about the poachers? Did you take care of them too? Do you have their squirrel badges for me?
Aye. I've got some.
Well, that's even better news. The reward's yours. Thanks, friend. You did me a huge service.
Glad to help.
I wish you a blessed evening.
What's that?
What the? Damn it! I'll have a look to see if I've been robbed.
Have I bought a place to sleep here?
I'm at your service, sir.
Greetings to you. Good day. Good day. You're
I'm
not
sorry.
allowed here.
I wasn't paying attention.
Huh? What is it you need?
Okay, I do have a bed. It's here. Okay, good. It kinda sucks. Mew.
My respect.
Christ, what's the hold up?
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
What do you
What
have
you
for sale?
Nothing to your liking, sir.
Excuse me.
Leave it.
Have new quests all around.
You better call back that dog.
Come here. Mutt!
Ka!
Go! Go! Keep it up. Quick! Quick!
Ka! Ka!
Go! Quick! 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 Go! Go! Quick!
Whoa, whoa.
What's that you got?
Ooh, a little town. Okay. Little village.
Go!
we go. Now I got fast travel to here.
God bless you, sir.
Greetings, sir.
I heard you hold fights here, and I'd like to know more.
What would you like to know?
What fighters do you have here?
Stanley is the strongest. He works on the farm and's quite a big mouth on him. But he has the strength of 2 men. After him, Tuma, a farmer from across the way. He's quite a bit older than me, but don't let that fool ya. He has a steady hand and bloody good aim with it. And last and maybe least is Darling.
Where do your fights take place?
That old Chuchas.
And who might that be?
Chucho is our hog. We fight in his pen. He doesn't care. He always just hides in his pigsty.
I reckon I can find that.
I'm certain you can. Just follow your nose.
Darling?
He's kind of like the local buffoon. His name's Tobias, but everyone just calls him Darling. When he was a wee lad, he fell on his head from a rotting ladder. And he's never been the same since. He takes care of his aunt's horses and dogs in Grund.
He doesn't sound like an opponent to be feared.
Because he isn't. He's quite a lout, but he doesn't know the first thing about fighting. He hasn't won a single fight. But it's not that he doesn't try.
Can I get involved too?
Why not? It'll be good to have some new blood. Do you have any
Well, I haven't won any tournaments here yet. But I've knocked a few people around.
Well, you'll see if that'll be enough.
And if I manage to beat them all?
Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Darling may be a bumbler, but Stanley and Tuma are no pushovers.
Well, if you pull it off, you... It was good to see you, my friend.
So, Tobias,
Do I know you?
I'm Henry. Young Bruthan's...
Well,
you don't have to do it, you know. What do you get out of being...
I have to. I have to beat Stanley.
What does he do to you?
All kinds of things. He says I'm an idiot. Sometimes he comes to Grund and causes trouble, scaring the horses, and he beat up my dog. Better limp for days, and now he's afraid of strangers.
You can defend yourself. But how can a pooch know he has to? Did he bite him at least?
Better? No, he's too nice to ever bite anyone. He runs away instead. But Stanley drove him into the corner of the stable.
People like that make me see red. Well?
Why not? Do you have any money?
That sounds good.
Get ready then.
Yeah. Ah. Yeah. Ah. Yeah. No. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Jesus! I'm hit! Christ! I'm hit!
I'm gonna...
Yeah.
Now that's what I call an open...
Yeah.
I lost again.
Thanks for the fight.
Yeah. Oh, and this is yours. Take it all. Now you can challenge Tuma. I like him. He's funny and kind. Not like Stanley.
Oh, I have 5 perk points. Ooh.
you're looking.
You look like a merry bloke. What do you like about the fight?
I'm a simple man. I like a good laugh, and sometimes I like to punch someone.
That's it?
I swear. I do it because I enjoy it. That's not so strange, is it?
Shall we fight?
But of course. And before we get started, let's bet.
If you say.
Thanks very much. You fight like little Give it all you got. You could place a hit on you flopping around. Stubble, fall down. I want it.
Thanks for the fight.
I should be thanking the big man on the sky that I can still walk. Here, take it all and don't spend.
Thanks.
You're doing all right so far.
I'm the best around here. What do you say to that? How was your trip?
Itself was great. No
Why are you
delays,
always
nice
picking on
weather.
Tobias?
But I've got to
Just
say,
take a look at him. If he was any dumber, he'd be eating out of a trough with the pigs. Do you know he talks to animals? He talks to his mutts like they understand him. He'd be better off barking and pissing on the fence like them. But when we managed to get him drunk, now that's fun.
Tobias goes drinking with you?
No, but all you have to do is give him wine and tell him it's apple cider. A little of that and he's completely wasted. Then you should see the shit he gets up to. The last time that idiot almost drowned because he went to fish the moon out of the pond. We told him it was a silver platter.
I'll find something better to do and leave Tobias alone.
Mind your own business. I reckon that moron doesn't even know when someone's yanking his pizzle. Lord knows if there's anything left in that hollow of his.
Do you want to fight?
Sure, I could go for one. Do you have money to bet?
Of course.
I'm glad to hear.
You call that a punt?
And that's what I call an opener.
Show him what for.
I'll paint you black and blue. Who wants to knock you on your ass? I'll piss in your face.
Show him what for.
Fuck you! Oh, blue bloody who? What's the matter? Does it hurt? I'm just getting. Sakura, I reckon I cut off more than I could chew. You really know how to fight.
Thanks for the fight.
Here's your bet, and a little on top. I don't like giving it up, but I keep my word. And don't forget to go and see Tomlin. His jaw's good.
I beat all your men.
Well, I'm jiggered. But I'm impressed. You're good. Here you go. We know how to appreciate a good fighter here. Not long ago, I heard the hired hands in Miskovitz spend the long hours away by fighting. You can go see for yourself if it's true.
That sounds quite good.
And in Kuttenberg, they fight in a tavern called the Hole in the Wall. The name suits it perfectly. So don't expect to be treated kindly.
That sounds worse. But I'll see. Maybe I'll go there and take a look sometime.
Oh, By the way, Darling was looking for you. Go and see him. He'll be glad. Take care, friend.
Alright, we'll call it there for now. We'll see what Darling needs from me. Probably to help him, which I don't mind doing. We'll pick this back up tomorrow, and I think, give me another hour or so, and I'll probably be back on with some more Pokemon Infinite Fusion. We'll play some of that for a while. Yeah. Alright. So until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.